A while ago I learned that a lot of those old Dutch still life paintings used cut fruit and cut flowers to symbolize the kind of temporary nature of life. And I kind of really liked it because on one hand they're really beautiful to look at, and on the other hand I kind of really like what they mean. I love the idea that things have an expiration date kind of built in, and that kind of like use it or lose it, you know. My name is Nicholas Bono Kennedy. I'm a artist, painter in Los Angeles. I was originally born in Birmingham, Alabama. I've broken 3 of these in this exact same way. Pretend this is open. Smash. Yeah. You a happy little guy? Probably when I was still in elementary school, I decided that I was going to be an artist, but I didn't particularly know how one did that, what jobs there were, how you made money. I just knew that that was it. So I picked that like really early on, and I just stuck with it. I gravitate a lot towards Impressionism, Claude Monet and Pierre Bonnard. And I try to not be too overly influenced by contemporary painters. I like a lot of what's happening in the contemporary art world, but they're already doing it so well and they're successful. There's no reason for me to be overly influenced by these people. So I try to have my influences be more from the historical aspect of art. My wife encouraged me to start pushing myself to paint larger paintings because all of my landscape paintings were 8 by 10 inches, really small, not very detailed, really loose, always done within, on location in a couple of hours. And she encouraged me to maybe do some larger ones and spend some more time on it. And pretty quickly I found that I didn't want to just do larger versions of the landscape paintings I had been doing. I wanted to kind of find a way to marry what I'd been doing in animation, which is creating a personality via a space. You draw a kid's bedroom and you can describe the things that the kid likes with the props you put in the bedroom. And I wanted to marry that with representational painting and painting on location. And so it started all with a painting of our living room. And it was 40 by 60 inches. And I think I probably started that painting over 20 to 30 times in the course of a year. And it was a real struggle to do that one painting, but I was really trying to push myself to do a big painting and just, I had nothing but time. So it's like, oh, this is my project. And if nothing else, I will have made one painting that I can put in my living room. I used to work from one photo or collage a bunch of different photos together, and more now I'm trying to make scenes that are kind of fully out of my imagination, using symbols and things that I've painted over and over again that become kind of these instruments that I will use, like a cocktail cup or a bottle of vodka or a melon that's been cut or a skull. And I will try to create these scenes out of my head a little bit because it's just a bit more fun. And so I was thinking of making a painting of car crashes. I haven't quite worked it out. There's no people in them. Kind of just like a ornamental decoration of car crashes. And then we have a lot of allusions to old paintings that I love, like this skull and this pot of flowers and this bowl of fruit. They're all from old paintings that I love and that have meant a great deal to me growing up. Even little things like this book is, one of my favorite books, No Longer Human, which meant a lot to me when I was growing up. And then a lot of these props on the table are just things that are a part of my day-to-day life. I would probably tell my younger self to not worry so much about everything, that it doesn't have to all be perfect and that you don't have to do everything perfectly and you don't have to know everywhere you're going to be. and that there doesn't need to be a grand plan. When I was younger, I used to really try to have grand plans about everything and really have a playbook about how I wanted to do things. And life doesn't really follow that, for better or for worse.